Abraham Lincoln said that if you give him 6 hours to chop down a tree, he'll spend the first 4 sharpening his axe. And at the moment, I believe that's what Kalonzo Musyoka is doing. Now, in this video, I'll walk you through some of the significant changes that Kalonzo Musyoka has made to his campaign that might just yield a good return come 2027. And with no further ado, let's get after it. Number 1, based on what I see and hear, Kalonzo has hired a speaking coach. And we know this cause as at now, Kalonzo is speaking without stammering and without stuttering. And on top of that, he's doing it with conviction. Just listening to this short speech where Kalonzo roasted Raila for always being a crybaby victim of highway robbery as far as elections are concerned. Here's a tip.
2022, Raila akaibiwa na Martha Karua. Sasa Wakenya wamechoka na wizi wa kura. Na wale ambao wanaiba ni kina Kasongo. Sasa tunawaambia hivi, kura ambayo inakuja haiwezi ibiwa tena. Wenzangu wakinikabidhi hiyo bendera, mimi sio Raila la kuibiwa na kusema tumeibiwa. Tutaweka majenzi kila mahali, tutaweka majenzi, watasimamia vituo vya kupiga kura 50,000 Kenya nzima, na watapeperusha matokeo moja kwa moja. Hatutangojea ati Chabukati, ati kwenda Bomas of Kenya. Wizi wa kura umekoma. Wizi wa kura ni sema riswa. Wizi wa kura sema riswa. Wizi wa kura.
Now, like I said, in that speech, there was no stammering and there was no stuttering. It was punchline after punchline. And if Kalonzo can maintain that vocal rhythm, then Ruto is cooked. Second change Kalonzo has made, although it came right after the 2022 GE, is that he built one of the best command centers that any opposition leader could ever build. And for the past 3 years, that's where 95% of all opposition planning has been taking place. For instance, here's Raila Odinga holding a presser at the Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka Command Center. Again, here's a video of the current opposition leaders arriving at SKM Command Center for a meeting. And here's the actual meeting taking place. So just by Kalonzo building this facility that other leaders can use and enjoy, he has ensured that the politics of the day will always circulate around him. You know, they always say that you have to spend money to make money. In this case, Kalonzo has spent money in exchange for political capital. It is very likely that who the presidential candidate will be decided in the Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka Command Center. That's a plus for him. At the same time, who the deputy should be will also be decided in that same command center. Who will be Attorney General, who will be CS of Interior, who will be CS of Foreign Affairs, and so on and so forth. All these decisions will be made in that particular vicinity. We are not seeing opposition leaders converging in Karen, kwa ofisi ya DAPK. We are not seeing them converging in DCP headquarters. All activities are happening in the Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka Command Center. That's a very big plus. Now, the third change Kalonzo Musyoka has made is to make sure his house is clean, because last I checked, there were moles inside Kalonzo's command center. Na wengine walikuwa wamewekwa hapo na Itumbi. In fact, there's a time Itumbi released an audio of Kalonzo discussing the people who are supposed to sit in the IEBC selection panel. And in that recording, Kalonzo was heard discussing the appointment of National Liberal Party leader Augustus Chalo Muli, who he vehemently opposed because he preferred Koki Muli. But that's irrelevant. The question is, how was Itumbi getting this information? He got that information by one of two ways, either planting a spy or planting a bug. But as we speak, there are measures which have been taken in the SKM center that make it impossible for someone to go and capture videos and audios. And I'll give you 3 of them. The first one, before all meetings, rooms are swept for bags and listening devices. Even if they swept last night, if there's a meeting today morning, they will comb through that room again just to make sure Kasongo and other people like NIS and Itumbi through his Hustler Nation Intelligence Bureau have not planted listening devices. B, before all leaders enter the room for a meeting, they have to leave their phones outside and they have to be searched. That is a rule that is applicable to Matiang'i, it is applicable to Karua, it is applicable to Kalonzo himself. It is just the status quo. You don't go in with your phone and you can't object to a search. If in parliament every MP is searched, why should leaders not be searched at the SKM command center? And C, known moles like Mwengi Mutuse have received a lifelong ban from any building, property or event that belongs to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Not to mention, nowadays you have to go through Kalonzo's loyalists just to get to him. You have to go through Robert Mbui or Senator Enoch Wambua. Those are Kalonzo's Farouk Kibets. Only difference is that hawa wamesoma na wanaelewa siasa vilivyo. That's a plus for Kalonzo. The only part where I wish he could do slightly more is let him start touring the country. Let him start touring the country and adopting leaders who are showing potential. The only way Raila became Raila is through the growth of ODM. Even for you to become an outstanding CEO, you have to grow the market capital of that particular company. You're like a hedge fund manager. Raila is the one who discovered Joho. He's the one who brought the Senate Speaker Amason Kingi through the ranks. Kalonzo should do the same. Sponsor people here and there, especially those who are showing potential. And if you put that kind of seed in the ground, and at the same time you are the flag bearer, meaning the Wiper party is now at the peak of its powers, no matter how the election goes, after 2027, if anybody wants to pass anything in the National Assembly, they will need Kalonzo Musyoka and if not, Rigathi Gachagua, because the numbers of Gachagua can never be ignored. Mlima is just on its own league. 8 million as per the last census, with a voter turnout of over 80% each and every single time. In fact, it goes as high as 92 or 95 if their own person is in the ballot. So long story short, Kalonzo is firing on all cylinders, and that's what we'd love to see in between now and 2027. But that's just my opinion, guys. Do drop me your comments in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to read them and to give you a response. And with that, here's today's ad of the day. If you're in need of electrical wiring, solar installation, or electrical fittings such as strip lights, snake lights, downlighters, or chandeliers, contact Engineer Wycliffe at 0707 476602 and he'll get your house dapped up. Now, if you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula. Hit the subscribe button. You're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really need to subscribe to. All right, guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.